welcome everyone. Welcome back to the Sawyer Station Eddy Out. We just take a little moment to step back and dive into a few of our Sawyer products and questions that you've had over the last few weeks and months. Starting off with today, we do want to let everybody know that square tops, all high-end square tops and high-end bandits are available to order online. This is a limited time, and basically we just opened up the ordering. So a lot of you have reached out to us either by phone or by email, trying to find out how you can get on the wait list. Now we've opened it up online so you can get your order in. Those orders will be fulfilled still within that 3 to 10 week window, but we are building large orders for dealers of several square tops, and there are a few that we're able to fulfill. We're fulfilling orders that have been in on the wait list right now at this time. So if you have interest in square tops, being a pair or a single or a set, go ahead and put those orders in, and we will be fulfilling those in the time that they come in. So please take advantage of that. That will go for about 2 weeks. We will send out a notice on the final days before we put them on back order again. So just FYI, keep that in mind. As a reminder, also check out the sales page. We do have updated specials on the sales page on our website. We will have some other stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. And also take advantage of the instant messenger. If you have a quick question, send us a text. We'll get you an answer and get you on your way as quick as possible. So we do appreciate everybody's patience with orders that are coming. And what we're doing here today is we're going to kind of dive into some of the deeper questions about our composite oars and sizing. So the number one question that we get is, if I need a 9-foot oar, what size shaft do I order? The basic simple question is that if you need a 9-foot oar, order a 9-foot shaft. And what that is basically measured off of is, it is a shaft with a handle and a blade. So first of all, a composite shaft of ours, a 9-foot shaft, will come typically with a rope wrap on it and a 6-inch handle. Okay, the 9-foot shaft is considered a full-length oar with a stock 30-inch blade. So all of the measurements on our website are set up with a standard 6-inch handle and a stock 30-inch blade. Now, if you have a variation of that, then you have to take that in consideration. So your baseline, you're starting at your 9-foot mark. If you need to make adjustments at all to your length, there's a couple things you can do. So first of all, if you're just looking to increase the length by 6 inches, you can get a 6-inch extension handle. That is pretty easy to do, but it's not something you're going to want to change out on a trip. You definitely can. It's done with a set screw. You want to silicone that area. So it's just typically if you're just trying to adjust to add 6 inches to your existing oar shaft. So if you've got a 9-footer, you need a 9.5 for a trip coming up, you can get extension handles. Okay. Another thing you can do is, if you want to make it a little bit easier to switch out, you can actually add a 14-inch extension. So basically gives you about a foot of additional length. So you change your 9-footer to a 10-foot 2, but that makes it nice and easy. That is actually put in with the tight set. So you can change this out throughout your trip. You can change it out with friends. And that just gives you that ability to increase your arsenal to now you have a pair of 9-footers and a pair of 10-foot 2s. But in all intent and purposes, are pretty much a pair of 9s, a pair of 10s. Now, one note is that when you're running our competitors' blades, if you put this 14-inch extension on there, our competitors' blades are about 2 inches shorter than our blades. So Carlisle's and Cataract blades are 27.5 inches. Sawyer blades are 30 inches. So most folks have actually been running a 9-foot shaft and a Carlisle or a Cataract blade, not really knowing that they're running an 8, 9.5. But just keep that in mind if you're really trying to tune in exactly what the overall length of your oar is. Now, another simple way to go about it, and this is where you don't want to try and calculate your overall length, but for all of the small boat crafts that are out there, there's a lot of boats that are 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, kind of these small little fishing crafts, and they take a little different geometry. So because of that, we have a full line of what we call stubby blades. And a stubby blade is exactly the same as what our standard blades are, but it's 24 inches instead of 30 inches. So if you're looking to just take that 9-foot oar shaft and reduce it to an 8.5, then you can just get a pair of stubby blades. They go in with a tight set, just like your regular blades. And you've got a shorter swing, lighter swing weight, shorter length oar, and now you've got 9-footers and 8.5-footers in those same shafts. So those do come in a dynamite, they come in a shoal cut variety, and then they also come in a laminated wood blade. So all of these blades are definitely a lot smaller, lighter swing weight, and just makes that diversification so you can actually get 2 sets of oars for 1 set of shafts. That's a good thing to keep in mind. Now, we also, in all of our composites, we have breakdown oars, and there's a lot of need for breakdown oars out there. And I want to just dive into our breakdowns a little bit. First of all, we do actually make the spare tire, which is a set breakdown oar that does not adjust the size. So a spare tire is just shy of 8 feet. It's a 7-foot, 11-inch shaft when it's all fully assembled. It comes with a complete Dynel sleeve, so it doesn't need a rope wrap. So you pretty much assemble it, put a stop on it, and you're good to go. It's roughly an 8-foot oar that's going to get you to the boat ramp, right? It's going to be that spare tire. It's going to be that little extra piece that'll get you to the boat ramp. It'll get you home. It'll get you to camp, but not necessarily something that you're going to want to row for the next 4 days of your multi-day trip with. So if that's the situation, we do recommend actually getting a full-size breakdown oar. And we do sell the breakdown oars as the polecat and also as the MX. And the polecat or the MX breakdown, you've got a junction and another section that comes off of it. And if you are actually running a 2-piece, what that graphic was just up there, a 2-piece oar, you will actually be having a junction right in the middle of the shaft. If you're running a 3-piece oar, then you'll have the junction in the middle of the shaft without the blade. So once again, that 9-foot piece, your 2-piece, your junction is right about 4 feet, 4.5 feet. If you're running actually a 3-piece, you take the 2.5 feet off the bottom and your junction is going to be in the middle of that 7.5-foot chunk that's left. So depending on what you need, get a 2-piece or a 3-piece. And the nice thing about all of our breakdowns is you can get those in any size of shaft that you have. So everything from a 7.5-footer up to a 10-footer, 10.5-footer, and you can get a 2-piece breakdown or a 3-piece breakdown. Now, 2-piece or 3-piece difference, if you're looking to run a stern frame, we recommend a 2-piece because then your oar breaks down into 2 equal pieces, and you can run that across the back of your stern frame as a spare oar. If you're looking for the most convenient way to package up our oars and put those, say, in a float plane, if you're going to do a fly-in float, or pack them into a dry box or something like that, then you probably want to do a 3-piece oar so you can actually have a little bit more compact package. Now, another thing we do recommend is that if you don't have a spare oar, a lot of folks bring just a spare blade. So if you make sure you bring a spare blade, then you actually have that little extra piece. So, you know, besides having a spare oar, it is good to have a spare blade. And that's something that you can actually put in your dry box as an extra piece. So spare oar setup or spare blade makes it real convenient. You can, if you're running bigger whitewater, we do recommend that you assemble the spare oar and have it at the ready. A lot of folks that are running their drift boats want the spare oar in 2 pieces down in the below the side of the drift boat. But either way, 2-piece or 3-piece, get your spare oar in the length you want, or a spare tire for that quick emergency, and then always pack a spare blade. So hopefully this has been helpful. That's been a few tips. Just dive into our composite oar shafts. And before we go, I want to also just address real quick what's the most affordable package from us. Some people are getting a little bit, seeing some crunch on high prices in gas and all those kind of things. So the most affordable package is a polecat with a Duramax blade. That's the most affordable, cost-effective oar shaft from us. And if you have a chance to get down to the Sawyer Station, swing on in and take a look. We do have a lot of cosmetic seconds, factory blems. So another way you can save some money, get out on the water. Hope this has been a helpful tip. Make sure you get out on the water and enjoy yourself, and we'll see you next week.